You are about to watch Standing Strong with Waylon Myers. This show is to encourage people that it's okay to talk about certain things to help lift them up and know they are strong. I hope you enjoy this show as I want to be real, honest, and inspiring. This is Standing Strong with Waylon Myers.
As I'm strong and I know my life is very important. Block out the bullies, cause your life is important. Hello there, everyone. This is the final episode of Standing Strong with Waylon Myers in 2021. I hope you'll have an awesome new year. And now my final guest is Ben Whitehill. And before we get into his interview, I want to read a quote. There are far, far better things ahead than any we leave behind. All right, sit back and enjoy Ben Whitehill's episode of Standing Strong with Waylon Myers. And now let me introduce to you the final guest of 2021, Ben Whitehill. What's up, Ben? How are you doing?
I'm doing good, Waylon. How are you?
I'm doing okay myself. How was your year so far?
It's been a little challenging. Had a lot going on this year, but wrapping up pretty good, I think. So
yeah. Okay, I'm gonna get on with some questions. Were you a victim of bullying? If so, how did you overcome it? And if not, what advice would you get on bullying?
Yeah, I was definitely the victim of bullying all through definitely elementary school and high school both. I would say the way that I overcame it was I simply, back whenever I was in school, once school ended, it was done. Kids now, though, unfortunately, that's not the case. Whenever I was in school, social media was just kind of starting to come around toward the end of my high school career, so it wasn't really a big thing. So when school was done, that was over. So as soon as I got home, it was done and over with. Cell phones, were just kind of come around. The flip phones were the cool thing back then. So
yes, right.
We really didn't have a whole lot as far as technology went. With internet and stuff. We were still doing dial-up internet and so I don't know if you remember the ICQ and the MSN Messenger and stuff like that.
I do. That was awesome.
So, if you didn't want to deal with it, you just didn't get on the internet, and that was the end of it. But now everybody has a smartphone in their pocket and a computer that was way better than any computer that we ever had in their pocket. And so that was just all I did. I went home and, I messed around out in the woods or in my garage or, whatever I wanted to do. That was how I.
Yeah. What hardships did you experience in your life, and what were some ways you overcame them?
The hardships that I've experienced over the years were definitely the loss of my grandfather. He was probably my best friend in life. And that was just last October. So some of the ways that I've overcame that are just trying to do the things that I know that him and I enjoyed together, number one, and continuing to do the things that I know that he liked to do.
Yeah.
And things that I know that he would be proud of. So that's continuing to serve the community and things that I know meant a lot to him, because I know that that's things that are good things for other people. Like he was very involved with the food pantry and with the fire department. I've always been involved with the fire department at Seneca. So I continue to do that. And he was always, kids always had a soft spot in his heart. So I continue to serve the fair board for Venango County because, in my opinion, that's really good for the youth of the community.
Yeah.
So I continue to try to do good things there because I know that presents unique opportunities for them. So I continue to do as much as I can because I know that honors him, and I think he's smiling down from heaven whenever I do those things.
Yeah. Well, congratulations and keep doing an awesome job.
Thank you.
You're welcome. How do you relieve or manage stress?
I like to hunt, and I like to spend a lot of time in the outdoors.
Yeah.
So even whenever hunting season's not in, I like to go out and just sit out in the great outdoors and see what I can see. A lot of people think that hunters are just out to kill the outdoors or, kill the animals and stuff. And that's not always true. For me, it's about being one with nature and about seeing and helping manage the wildlife population, and about helping and seeing what all you can do for wildlife. For me, every time that I do harvest an animal, I always give thanks to God for letting me harvest one of his magnificent animals, rather that's a turkey or a squirrel even, or, a deer, whatever. I spend a lot of hours out in the woods, even in the middle of summer. And like I said, there's nothing in season in the middle of summer other than, like coyotes and stuff, but I'm not hunting coyotes in the middle of summer or anything.
Yeah.
I just like being out there and seeing what I can see and, being one with nature.
Right. Do you have a favorite inspirational quote that sticks to you to never give up?
You're going to laugh when I tell you this, Waylon, but keep on keeping on. I mean, that's all you can really do is just keep on keeping on. Whenever the going gets tough, you just got to stick one foot in front of the other and keep taking steps, even if you're just taking a baby step.
Yep, absolutely.
No matter what the situation is.
Yep, absolutely. I agree with that. One or some music artist that helps you unwind?
So I'm a country guy at heart. I listen to country music. And my roots kind of go way back. I'm an old soul at heart. I like listening to Alan Jackson a lot. Some of the newer stuff, like there's some Jason Aldean songs that kind of hit close to home. There's I like some Toby Keith songs. But I'll be honest, I'm terrible at keeping up with artist names and stuff. But there are a lot of Alan Jackson songs that I like to listen to.
That's awesome. How have your experience affected your life long term, good or bad? Did those experiences change your goals or change the direction of your career?
So I've always been about helping people. Even whenever I was in high school, I pretty much always knew that I was going to be in a career that I would be helping somebody in one form or another. When I was in school, I always wanted to be in law enforcement. And right out of high school, I worked as a correctional officer. And then I did a brief term as a dispatcher at our county 911 center. And then I left there and went to a college as a patrolman for a few years. And then I got out of law enforcement for a while and worked in the ER as a medic at the local hospital. And I've always worked EMS too. I've always been that guy that's had like 3 or 4 jobs just because I don't like free time, apparently.
Yeah.
I've always helped people in one form or another. But I'm kind of getting back toward that law enforcement gig now. I currently work armed security in a few different places, and I work at Oil City Police as a dispatcher now. I'm currently working toward, and I'd like to get into either border patrol or customs of some sort or end up going through the municipal police academy and be a police officer myself. And the reason for that is going back to the whole bullying thing that you asked me about the first time around. I think experiencing that myself, because I want to be able to stand up and help those who aren't able to help themselves. It's not a get revenge type thing that everybody claims these days. It's just I'd like to be able to help those that are in need of help and aren't able to help themselves at that current time. And I really want to help those that need help, whether it's, they're getting beat up on by somebody, or, maybe, the drug problem in America is out of control at this point. And if putting somebody in jail tonight, make sure that they're safe for their mom to be able to go to sleep that night and say that, their baby's in jail so they can sleep in peace that night and know that they're going to be safe that night. Yeah. And so, that's the last thing that anybody wants to do is put somebody in jail. But if that's so they're safe, then they're safe. Maybe putting them in jail gets them that help and gets them those resources that they'll stop using drugs, or they'll stop drinking alcohol and get help, and that's all that anybody can ask for, that's all it was, help people. So.
Yep, absolutely. Before we wrap up this interview, what advice would you give to someone out there that feels that they are not good enough to accomplish anything they set their mind to?
You're absolutely good enough. Anything that you put your mind to, you are good enough. Don't ever feel like you're not good enough, and don't ever let somebody take that dream from you. If you feel like you want to do something, then do it. Don't sit back and say you're not good enough. Don't sit back and say you can't. There is no such thing as I can't. Take that word right out of your mouth, because you absolutely can. There's nothing that's going to stop you. There's nobody that can stop you. If somebody tells you that they can't, or that you can't, then that should make you mad enough to prove that you can. There's no reason that you can't. None.
Well, yeah.
That should just be the willpower right there to make you mad enough to do it.
Yep, I agree. Because everyone, your life is very important, and you should do what you love.
Absolutely.
Well, Ben, I thank you so much for being the final guest of 2021. I hope you are doing well, and remember to always be real, honest, and inspiring. I hope you have an awesome rest of your day.
You too, Waylon. Thanks for having me.
Yep, you are welcome. Bye.
Bye.
There you have it, everyone. You have just watched Standing Strong with Waylon Myers. Follow the show on social media, on Twitter at SSW Waylon Myers, on Instagram, Standing Strong with Waylon Myers, and on Facebook, Standing Strong with Waylon Myers. For everything Standing Strong with Waylon Myers, visit the official website at waylonmyers.com. Until next week, everyone. Thank you for watching.